Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your August reading. So let's go ahead and start with an astrology card. So what is it that Capricorn needs to know for the month of August? Okay, so we have the Scorpio card, which says, I transform. So there's going to be some things changing. You're changing. And, I think you're going to have to really feel your way through stuff. Honestly, I think you're going to have to really tap into that intuition in a very real way. And you're going to have to confront some fears along the way. Okay. You're going to have to kind of do some things that are probably uncomfortable. And that's probably how you know that it's right. Now, there's a difference between the good kind of discomfort that's like, okay, this is a challenge. Okay, I have to learn something. I have to go through a few iterations before I get it right? That's one thing. But there's also we have to know the distinction and the difference between that kind of discomfort and like, this is really not the direction I'm supposed to go. This does not feel right at all. Okay. So using your intuition to guide you there. Sometimes that line can be very thin and very hard to distinguish. But I think if you are headed in the direction that is going to be beneficial for you, you might be working really hard. You might be, really going after your goals. That's going to be the right direction. All right. But if you're investing in, let's say, a person or investing in some kind of activity that's to your detriment, probably not the right area for you to be focusing on. Okay. But the discomfort is a good thing if it is applied in kind of the area of personal growth. Okay. So let's take a look here at this deck. Okay, service. I feel good when I can help others. There might be a focus on others. You do have some sixth house activity going on, but I think more than anything, this has to do with personal improvement with that transform card. That there are, aspects of yourself that are developing and growing and changing. And as you confront more and more fears and you overcome them and you act in spite of them, the more of service you can be, right? Because you can get yourself to that place where, your cup runneth over and you can actually really help the people around you in a real way, in a meaningful and an inspired type of way. So if you do, I'm kind of getting a little bit of a conflict because I'm just sensing a little bit of self-focus here. But with the service and helping others, it's like they kind of go hand in hand. But you have to really focus on the transformation aspect if you want to be of service to others. And it's funny that this even came out because we got 8th house activity with the sun in Leo, also Venus in Leo at the start of the month. So, 8th house, Leo, transform, it all kind of goes hand in hand. But you really have to focus on that transformation internally so that you can be of benefit to others, okay? In a positive way where you're not, being taken advantage of and something like that. All right, what else for Capricorn? What else does Capricorn need to know for the month? Okay, I'm seeing a deep surrender energy with that Hanged Man card. And it kind of feels like hurry up and wait. A hurry up and wait quality. I think you're going to be really pushing for something. You're going to be really pushing to make things happen. There's going to be this whole go, 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 go type of attitude. This feels very Mercury pre-shadow moving into Mercury retrograde. All right. It's like lots of speed, lots of focus. Maybe things are going to be going really, really well. And then all of a sudden, it's going to hit this like screeching halt. And it's like, oh, there goes Mercury going retrograde now in Virgo. And things are kind of either not progressing or things that are beyond your realm of control pop up. If there are things that come that are beyond your realm of control, it is not your job to try to fix those things. Okay? sometimes when we hit that Hanged Man, it means that we need to come into a higher degree of understanding or a higher degree of consciousness with something. Now, we don't always do that through meditation. Sometimes it's just a matter of time before that light bulb just turns on. But this is not like, again, I think with that Eight of Wands is like, oh, everything's going great. And then immediately we hit that Hanged Man. It's like, okay, your hands are tied, Capricorn. There's nothing you can do here. But you are coming into higher degrees of wisdom. So when you do hit this moment, the best thing to do is just sit back and wait and just kind of allow yourself to receive what information you need to receive, whether it's through your intuition, whether it's through advice from another person, whatever the case may be. But I would, if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling like you're trying to force something, probably it's better to take a step back and really just kind of take a breather, take a break until you feel more confident in your decisions. Because it feels like there's tons and tons of confidence coming through here with the Eight of Wands. There's tons of movement, tons of focus. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, wait, is that right? Is that really what I should do? What's going on with that person? What's going on with this? Like, I don't understand why this system broke down. I don't understand. So you have to kind of wait until you come into that understanding. But this Ten of Swords suggests that you've reached some kind of an end point with something. I don't mind the Ten of Swords all that much. It doesn't feel that negative to me. It just feels like really don't put your energy toward things that are not worth your energy. Don't put your time and focus and hours of your life into something that is just a complete dead end. And maybe this is you coming into that acknowledgement that something is a dead end. You know, we just had that really massive moon cycle, right? Capricorn was involved. We had a Saturn retrograde. Cancer season, right? We had 2 full moons in Capricorn. The second full moon, 29 degrees, conjunct Pluto. You know, it's just like sometimes we hit those end points and sometimes it takes a minute for us to realize like, oh, that's over. So it took you a while, I think, to get to this point, but I think you've finally gotten to this point. And there are going to be some decisions that you'll need to make that redirect you. But again, I think you're taking time for consideration here in the beginning of August. You are allowing yourself to detach, to kind of ascend and kind of look at everything from a much, much higher perspective. You're allowing yourself to just analyze and strategize and to process. I think there's a lot of processing going on, but that's okay because that's kind of the method of transformation. It's not always like snap your fingers and everything is different. I think there is a lot of processing. There's a lot of soul searching that goes on. Now, again, I don't know if I said this already, but I don't think this is about deep healing necessarily, like deep inner child wound stuff. I don't know that it's all that deep. I just think that it's more of a change of pathways, which I think Jupiter in Gemini is very much about finding new pathways. And with Mars coming into conjunction with Jupiter, it makes sense that we are maybe like readjusting the sails a little bit, okay, or readjusting the needle on the compass, okay? So what else for Capricorn? What else does Capricorn need to know? Okay, we got the King of Swords. Yeah, I'm seeing really stoic energy, really stoic with the King of Swords in the very center. I don't see Capricorn like losing their cool. I don't see you getting that invested in any type of drama or anything like that. I just see you like cool as a cucumber, really embracing that Hanged Man, stationary, taking your time, allow yourself to come to the consciousness stuff. Because I think if you try to push, or if someone else is trying to push you, or if you're allowing other people to like get in your head, you may do something rash that kind of throws you off course. And I look at this Seven of Swords and there's different ways that this could manifest. Okay. One, it could be a self-sabotage or a self-betrayal type of thing where, you kind of do something to kind of throw yourself off course, and to go against what it is you want. Because I'm telling you right now that transformation is never easy, right? It's never this super smooth process, right? There's always some kind of discomfort involved. And so when we hit that point of discomfort, it's common for people, I'm not saying for you necessarily, like I don't know you, but it's common for people to like, oh, that feels uncomfortable, and go back to what they know. And so sometimes that's very Seven of Swords, rushing back to the comfort zone, rushing back to what you know, rushing back to what's comfortable. Now that's not, having a comfort zone is not a bad thing. It's just if you're hiding in your comfort zone, or if you're running back to it because the growth is too painful, then that's maybe not always the best thing either. Okay. So it can manifest that way with more self-sabotage or self-betrayal, but it can also be external. And there could be someone else as well that you're dealing with that's kind of making things kind of difficult. It could be someone who, is in your head a little bit, but I don't see a lot of trustworthiness usually with that Seven of Swords. I don't see reliability. I don't see consistency with the Seven of Swords. I see someone who would do one thing and say one thing and do the other, or behave one way to your face and then go behind your back and do the other thing. Now, I don't know that that's necessarily malicious. It's just a character that's maybe not very firmly rooted within themselves, where in contrast with you, the King of Swords, very deeply rooted within yourself. And that's why I think you're okay with the Hanged Man energy. I don't see Capricorn being stressed out by the Hanged Man. I don't see you getting frustrated by it. I think it's just kind of, there's acceptance that like, okay, there are just things beyond my control, and I just need to understand it better, and I need to grow, and I need to learn, and I need to take this moment to kind of figure it out. But someone else, when they hit up against Hangman energy, may not handle it so well, because they just don't understand that there's like this current that's kind of pulling them back. And this is very much Pluto going back into Capricorn, that kind of, they have to kind of swim against this current a little bit. And so they may either be in your head, they may be trying to convince you of something, they may be trying to, I'm not saying they're trying to do anything to you. I think more so they're doing it to themselves, but you're kind of witnessing, or you're maybe some kind of collateral damage or something. So it's really important for you to, if there is someone else in your life like that, like if it's not you doing it, right? If it's someone else, to do what you can to distance yourself from that noise as much as you possibly can. Because this is an extraordinarily powerful position to be in. Like I say, it's very stoic. And the more stoic you are, the more smoothly everything can go. Because I feel like stoic people, like they don't have problems. They have things they need to work through. They have challenges and obstacles just like every other human being, but they don't view it as this big problem. It's like, okay, well, here's an issue. Let's find a way to get through it. It's all very logical. It's all very rational. It's not emotional in any way, shape, or form. It's just, what do we do? And that's it. You just go on. This one does not feel rational. Okay, so there's there's a stark contrast going on. And there's a vision at stake with the Two of Wands, okay? Because there's clearly something that you are trying to manifest. You've been visualizing, you've been dreaming, you've been working toward. And a lot of people may perceive that Hanged Man as a problem to manifesting that reality that they want. But I don't see a King of Swords seeing it as a problem. I think the King of Swords will see the Hanged Man as a necessity. It's required, this momentary moment where things kind of get hung up a little bit, or don't go according to plan, or there's a disruption to the system or whatever, especially with the Mercury retrograde at play. It's not going to run smoothly. Like, it's just not. Like, as soon as Mercury came into pre-shadow, right, we had that, CrowdStrike thing with Microsoft go down, the airports, the hospitals, everything. Like, that was the minute that Mercury entered pre-shadow. So we know that system shutdown is to be expected, okay? So it's fine. and it will work itself out. It always does. And you're capable of working it out, and you'll come into higher consciousness and it will be fine. But the vision is really important, and it's to understand that the Hanged Man is not coming in to ruin your plans. It's here as a stepping stone to get you toward that vision. So this reset, this reboot, this kind of time to re-strategize or whatever is essential, because whatever comes to you, whatever new ideas you have, whatever new insights you acquire, will be beneficial for you in attaining that vision and getting there sooner rather than later. This is probably someone who's like, I want to stick to the plan. It has to go the person who wants the control, excuse me. They want the control. And maybe it's the aspect of you that wants the control. And like, nope, this was my plan. This was what I had in mind. This was the way it was supposed to go. That kind of locked in type of thinking is just going to ruin the progress. The universe is opening a massive door for you. It's like, don't you want it faster, Capricorn? Don't you want it to work better? Don't you want it to bring in more money? Don't you want it to be, an opportunity for you to be more at ease with your life and live a more leisurely life or whatever? Like, don't you want the shortcut a little bit? Because I feel like this is a little bit of a shortcut. If you were to go according to your plan, it would be much longer and maybe much harder than you realize, right? I think there are some unseen forces at play right now. Spirit is kind of redirecting you for a very essential reason, and you may not. It's kind of like, I remember once I was in line at Starbucks. This was years ago. It was when I was still living in Vegas, and I was in line at Starbucks, and they were kind of going a little bit slow, and I had just gotten my drink, and I was at the little bar thing with putting the creamer in or whatever. And there was this guy who had just ordered after me and who had been waiting, and he was so angry, got so angry. He started yelling at the Starbucks people like, "Where is my drink?" And he got all upset and started walking out. And as soon as he started yelling, they put his drink on the bar. And I was like, "Is that your drink?" And he's like, "Well, I don't want it now." Right. And I kind of feel like if we get angry or whatever too soon and we walk away, then we're missing out on what we ordered. Okay. We're missing out on what we had asked for. All right. And I also kind of thought, well, maybe the universe was like, well, let's not have him get hit by a semi today. Let's let him linger at Starbucks for a minute and let's keep him safe, because maybe there would be some kind of a car accident. That was the very first thing that came to my mind after that whole thing happened, was he just got upset because his drink didn't come out in time, whatever that means. And, but who knows what else could have happened, So it's just chill. Just chill. King of Swords, just chill. Seven of Swords does not feel chill. Because the whole goal here is to succeed, as we see with that Six of Wands. Okay, this is about success, Capricorn. It's about winning. It's about actually getting the thing, having the thing, achieving the goal. And that's the plan, and that's always been the plan, and Spirit is totally on board. The universe is completely on board. It's like, Capricorn, I know you want to succeed. I know you want to win. I know you want to attain this thing. It's like the universe is saying, Capricorn, just trust me. Just trust me. It's going to all be fine. You will have it, okay? I'm kind of sensing that there is a big release with this Hanged Man moment, okay? And this is part of the transformation, that there is something that you are holding in your heart, some grief, some regret, some shame, some guilt, anything of that nature. And this is giving you a break, a moment to breathe and release that. Okay, because whatever that is, whatever your Five of Cups, grief, regret, sadness, longing, attachment to someone or something, right? There's something very nostalgic about it. Whatever that attachment is, it needs to be released in order for these manifestations to be actualized. This is what the universe is giving you the break for. This is why this is happening. This is why things are going beyond your control. All right, because the higher purpose of it is that you need to let go. You need to detach fully. And the King of Swords is very much about detachment. Okay? Detachment is essential for growth. Okay? It's kind of like if you were trying to redecorate your house, well, you have to get rid of a lot of the old stuff, right? You have to get rid of the paint color or the lamps or the couch or whatever, depending on how, massively the redecoration is going. But you are going to have to let go of some stuff. If you're doing a completely new aesthetic, you may have to get rid of everything, so the degree of that release is going to be dependent on you and your individual life and experience. But there has to be a release. And it's giving you the break. It's giving you the room to breathe to be able to do that. I think, Four of Swords, there is a lot of peace in this process for you. It's funny because this feels, even if this is an aspect of you, even if this is the part of you that's like, no, I want to go back to that comfort zone, you do seem to be detached enough to realize how unruly this is. And it's funny too, like it may be both you and you witnessing it in someone else. And it's like, oh, that's a mirror of that part of me. And you're going to see it in someone else too. You're going to see it, you're going to witness it and be like, oh, that's me, right? It's all this reflection stuff going on. And it's going to open your eyes to what that Seven of Swords is. That self-sabotaging, quote unquote, self-betrayal behavior, that tendency, that mindset, that little devil on your shoulder, it's going to be like, oh, that's what that looks like. Well, that's not what I want to do. That sounds like the opposite of what I want to do. It seems very clear that Capricorn is going to be so aware of what that Seven of Swords is. Now, it's only going to be a really closed-minded Capricorn that will fall for that. Okay, because they'll think that this is their true mind. It's not. It's their ego, right? The true or the supraconscious or the higher self, however you want to refer to it as, that's ultimately what's operating here. That's the beauty of Leo season, is I think it's very, very difficult to escape the supraconscious. Very difficult to escape that higher self. And if you're just even somewhat listening or somewhat trying, you'll hit the mark. You'll align. Okay, with that intention of, I just want what's best for me, period. That's all you really need to be. That's the mindset you need to be in. I just want what's best for me. Because again, it will be ultimately good for others. It's not this some selfish thing. It's ultimately going to help community, okay? But I do see you having so much peace with this detachment. And I see you having so much peace with like, okay, I know that this vision that I have is going to actualize. Now, I know that usually our visions are really high level. I'm not saying everything is going to come to fruition in August, okay? But certain steps, certain aspects of this are absolutely going to come to fruition, because I see that with the success card with the Six of Wands, okay? But again, if you want to make the change, make the transformation, there has to be an elimination of something. See, Scorpio is associated with elimination, right? Over in Taurus, which is opposite of Scorpio, we consume, we eat, right? Not to be gross about it, but like we eat, we consume, we get, we possess, we bring things in, we acquire. And then in Scorpio, we eliminate everything. Okay, we eliminate, we lose, we kill off. Okay, so we're kind of on that end of it with the 8th house activation. So we need to detach with that 5 of Cups. Okay, now we're gonna pull out the clarifiers. So I pull out a bunch of clarifiers and we go very deep in this reading. We talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all of these cards. So it's kind of like a whole second reading. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. The link for it will be found in the description box and the pinned comment down below. So feel free to check it out. We're gonna go starting with the 8 of Wands. What does Capricorn need to know about the 8 of Wands? King of Wands, beautiful. Another 5 of Cups. That seems like a really important aspect of the month is that release. King of Coins, beautiful for Capricorn. Ace of Wands. 5 of Wands. Not everyone handles the Hanged Man very well. It's not an easy energy to contend with. It's actually quite challenging. 4 of Cups, Ace of Cups. Yeah, I didn't really get the worst feeling from that 10 of Swords. It didn't feel that bad. And it doesn't seem to be. 9 of Wands, 7 of Coins, and Queen of Swords. I really like the sword energy right now. The Hermit, 7 of Swords again. Okay. Yep. So it's definitely an aspect of you. And the 8 of Swords. Exactly the reason why you need to just take a beat. Another Hanged Man. 8 of Coins. And 8 of Cups. Beautiful Knight of Wands. Love that for you. Page of Wands. 6 of Coins. High Priestess. Hierophant. Powerful cards with that 5 of Cups and 3 of Wands. Last but not least, we have the Chariot, Queen of Coins, and the Page of Swords. Okay, so this is where we'll pick up. So if you want to join, all the info down below. Thank you, Capricorn, so much. Love and adore you. Have an amazing August, and I'll talk to you soon.